Hello my gravy granules, yes I know I'm blessing you with a fourth video in under a week. I know, absolutely amazing. So this is OneeChanbara Origin, which is from what I understand, like a semi-remake of two other games, which I don't think they're actually called OneeChanbara 1 and 2. I think they have actually got like subtitles. I think they are in Japanese, so they do actually have subtitles, but like they have actual names. So it'd be like OneeChanbara Origin or something or other. For example, like this game's got a story subtitle. Whatever. So this is a third-person action game, and I will try not to spoil the story. So, which is going to be pretty hard, I can imagine. So we'll do this stage. So one of the things I do actually like about this game is that it does actually introduce things pretty naturally and quite well. One of the things in this game as well is that I bought the DLC version, so that's why there's 3 characters there. Initially, you only have 2 characters, which is this one, Aya, or Aya, however they pronounce her name, because they pronounce some things really weird. Like, that character to the left is called Lei, like Lei, but they pronounce it as like Ray. I'm like, but I just get really confused by that. So we'll play as her. She's the DLC character. Probably get absolutely destroyed. No box. Oh, so yeah, I've got all the DLC, so I can change the weapon skins as well. They don't actually change the weapons. She is the navigator character as well, so you're on like the phone to her fairly often. And this character, you play as her from the beginning throughout all of the game. I'm not sure if she's going to be in OneeChanbara 2 or that bit of the story. I can imagine she is, because I'm pretty sure I've seen her on the box art from when I've seen like previews of this game, from seeing like posts from Play Asia and stuff. I might go back and play some of the older games and see what they're like in comparison to this, but maybe not at the moment. There's a lot of things in this game which are quite interesting. The combat is quite neat. It's very basic. You know, you've got square combos, triangle combos as well, and you can somewhat, link them together. It's got this very, like, the attack strings are pretty odd, which I wouldn't say is the most amazing thing. So there's all these other cool little features as well. One of the things is you do have basically a Musou type attack, which I don't know why I'm calling it that. It's basically just a special. Why would I give Koei Games, of all companies, the credit for something? I'm pretty sure there were games that did these special attacks before, but since, stuff like Dynasty Warriors 7, they and the way they changed the Musous to be like this cinematic thing where they have a close-up of the character beginning and then there's like a ridiculous attack. Every time I seem to play this stage, I've done this a few times because I initially recorded this stage first time playing it, had to skip the story, and I went back just to learn the story, and then I decided, that video wasn't actually that good. So there are quite a lot of different enemies in this game. This one is called a Mudman, which you require having to parry them to stun them, and then you can use like a finisher to kill them. That's the only way to damage them, otherwise they basically like regenerate. So I'll briefly show like the combo attack string. So obviously you got weak attack, strong attack, and then main. I don't know why it says main combo here, because that basically just means from neutral. And that's the combo you can do. So knife combo, obviously you go in from pressing triangle. So it's kind of weird. I wish they kind of had the exact inputs that you need to do, or just got rid of main combo. I only know this because if you stand still and then do up on the analog stick and triangle, you do the dash in the air, the slash in the air. Sorry, which is kind of annoying. Each character does have 2 weapons as well. This second character, Saki, I haven't unlocked her second move, but I know what it is. It's like gauntlets, because you can technically equip them on that character select menu with the weird like DLC skin I've got for them. So the 2-sword mode is basically the same, except they've got like 1 extra input for each attack. and I'll briefly show that off in a minute. The DLC character is actually a lot different. So she's got like a gun as her second weapon. It's kind of annoying going for these weapon menus. Sorry. So get onto it in a second. When you attack enemies, your weapon gets covered in blood, and so do you. One of the things you can do is, well, you have to do actually, is wipe the blood off your sword, because the more blood it has on it, the less damage it does. And doing that, well, technically considers the weapon reloaded, which is kind of weird. So you have to like look out for what you're doing, and it also incentivizes you to swap your weapon or your character, because you can literally go into a character combo swapping as a character, which is pretty neat. And it works the same with a weapon. Although I think some of the animations are a bit longer, so if you want to swap weapon straight away, going for a combo, you do actually have to wait a bit. The twin swords are a fun moveset, although you're more static with this one, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah, here's like the Musou-esque attack, which can defeat those mudmen people as well. It's kind of weird. It gives you a bunch of options to defeat these enemies that can apparently only be attacked whilst being stunned. There's also a parry in this game, which obviously I showed earlier, which is ridiculously strong, I should mention. So one of the things it does is obviously it stuns enemies for a long time, which if you're locked on, the little heart emblem thing goes down. It lasts a fair amount of time, but the other thing it does is it reduces enemies' defense, which I don't, in many games they wouldn't do that. It would just stun them for a while. It gives you an opening, and against bosses it is actually ridiculous. So yeah, I do like that. So this thing is called I think it's called Bloody Mode, which the more stains of blood you get on yourself, you go into this like berserk mode, which is indicated by the character portrait in the bottom left. So obviously you deal more damage and take more damage. There's no way to turn this off other than careful sort of planning of how you're playing the stage. So there are statues around which regain your health and will deplete that gauge. But also because there's no other way to deplete it other than that, or an item. I think it's a consumable that you actually have to use to do that, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, it's introducing a new enemy, which is basically a soldier. We'll try and do a parry on him. No, maybe not. The game does a lot of indicators for when enemies are going to attack you, but the sound indicator is kind of derpy. Like, there's a boss enemy that I did about an hour into the game, and it has this attack where it makes the noise for this attack, and the character basically runs at you for about 5 seconds, and then it does an attack. So it's very deceptive in when the enemies are actually going to do attacks on you. And the combat being the main focus is slightly annoying, because there are lots of things they could have done in terms of like actually going through the environments. Like jumping over that thing, you would have thought, oh, you press X to jump. It didn't actually do that. You literally just dash repeatedly, and the character auto vaults over everything, which is kind of stupid if you ask me. The other thing in this game is with the combat system is it got a thing called cool combos, which is kind of dumb, but I'll just briefly see if I can explain it better in this. Cool combination. If you attack again just as another attack hits, your combo will turn into a cool combination. During a cool combination, your character emits a pale light. Both action speed and attack increase, and one more step is added to a combo. The thing goes whatever. You can turn on L1 element that shows optimal button pressures. What? L1? Oh, that's the L1 button is the reload. So yeah, if you have like good good speed with your button mashing, as it were, you do actually get better combos, and the light is pretty telling. Another thing that happens when you're trying to do it is that it seems to almost trigger automatically when you do a counter attack. That's to say you attack at the same time as an enemy. It seems to like trigger all the time then. I don't know why. It's kind of dumb. There we go. Cool finish. Yeah, this character is like actually overpowered as well, because the cool finish, or the quick time event, I guess, the instant kill move, can slash through multiple enemies, and if a Mudman is within the proximity of you doing that, it defeats them in one hit as well. The enemy variety in this game is pretty weird as well. Like, you got all these policemen that just fire at you all the time, so they'll stand back and just trying to attack you from range. They're kind of dumb as well, and the game does give you a good indicator when they're going to fire, if they actually manage to. That's about most of what I want to say about the combat system. It's actually really fun. There's something about this game that just makes me want to keep playing it, and I haven't really enjoyed games in quite some time. One of the things that makes this sort of stand out is, well, this is actually published by, or created by D3 Games, which are the people that did like Bullet Girls Fantasia and a bunch of other like middle of the road Japanese nonsense, I want to say. That's almost being polite, but and it's also developed by like Tamsoft, which are the people that then took over Senran Kagura just before the great Sony censorship purge of 2018 or whatever it was, or was it 17? I can't remember. So yeah, there's a few slightly known Japanese publishers and developers involved in this game. I'm not sure if that's actually the same for like the original games. I can imagine it is. Somebody will probably say, "You don't know much about this series, do you?" It's like, no, I don't, because I literally bought this game on sale because I saw hot girl with cowboy hat and basically no clothes on and thought, that is for me. So how this managed to survive the censorship thing of whatever year it was on Sony consoles and released only on Sony consoles is just beyond me. Kind of weird. So this is called is it ecstasy mode or something like that? It's got a weird name. I will literally go and find it because I don't want to get it wrong. I got it wrong last time. Yeah, it's called ecstasy mode, spelt with an X, because reasons. So if you're in the berserk mode and you manage to defeat enough enemies or attack enough, your character's portrait will start to like crack, and then it will go into this mode, which drains your health constantly, but the more attacks you do on an enemy, it recovers the health, which is pretty nice. Obviously, if you're doing a constant attack, it doesn't seem to do that. I don't know why I said genocide then. Don't show this to people in Germany because they'll have a fit. That's a World War II joke. I don't know why. So, yeah, there's a few other quirks of this as well, that you get a premonition dodge as well, so it's a perfect time dodge. The stages are very simplistic as well. Like, that was the stage over in like 8 minutes, and the stage is usually about 5 minutes because I just literally faff about searching for stuff, and playing and talking has prevented me from doing this. So every time you level up, you can choose it to go into attack, defense, or health, which I can only imagine there's, well, about 400 level ups in this game. Ooh, level 3, so you get 2 points per level. I'll put it in that. There we go. Well, if you can go up to 99, I can imagine it is what it is. So, no, we don't. We don't want to do that because I don't want to spoil the game. We'll do one of the stages from the beginning. We'll play as the DLC character just to show her off because she's like the weakest character I've got. How do I... Okay, I think I can just... Yeah, I can just remove her. Cool. All the DLC... There's like absolutely loads of DLC costumes as well, which are kind of weird. Lay's work uniform, or Ray. I don't know why they call her Ray. Just... I like how the DLC outfit for Aya as well actually puts more clothes on her, which is really funny. It's Biker Squad. I don't know why it resets to the top of the thing as well, which I'm not a massive fan of. We'll go for the original outfit because that's pretty cool. You know, open back things. So, I'm pretty sure I was going to do a sex joke, but, you know, apparently mentioning that is worthy of, like, demonetization and your channel being shadow banned, which mine must be in absolute... Well, my channel hasn't been shadow banned or been put in shadow realm. It's been put in out of... It's been removed from play in Yu-Gi-Oh terms. Removed from play. I might actually use... Oh. Yeah, one of the things I don't actually like about this game is when you first play it, the... what do you call it? The lock-on feature you have to hold instead of, you know, toggle. So if you do buy this game on, you know, sale or whatever, because that's probably the only time you would want to buy this, is just make sure you change that setting because it's so dumb. Like, I had to hold R1 whilst playing it, fighting against this guy the first time. This boss also is pretty dangerous because, you'll probably see in a minute, there's a whole bunch of enemies that will appear. And it kind of gets confusing because they'll constantly attack you and this guy will... He is pretty relentless with his combos later. Oh, I'm trying to do a perfect parry, but it won't let me do it. There's like a hidden objective to do a perfect parry 5 times in a row on an enemy without, like, missing. There we go. I don't know why that time earlier it said it made the noise that I did it and it didn't activate. I've had that a few times. I'm not sure if it's just with this character or if it's with, like, the main characters as well. I can imagine. So this character obviously has a unique gimmick because that blood mode is related. Well, the Berserk mode is actually linked to the character's blood of the 2 main playable characters. They've got, like, this weird blood that makes them do fancy stuff, we want to say. And so that's related to, like, their blood lineage because they're, you know, undead hunters or whatever, and that's a perk of their thing. So this character changes because she, well, she's not related to them in any way. So they've given her a unique gimmick of, you basically get a gun and you can... Oh, is it not going to let me do it? I think I actually have to swap weapons for this. So you get, like, a gun that fires like a giant laser beam, which is pretty weird. It's kind of dumb if you ask me, but she also has a gun mode as her second weapon, which I find pretty odd. Obviously, you can't get blood on guns unless you're, like, doing it from point blank. Not that that's actually going to be a thing. Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the way this character does play in a way. Although I've only played her haven't played her that much, but she's certainly different. It takes a bit of getting used to. Yeah, if you're wondering why she started at level 1 and I'm saying I've played as her, there's the practice mode, which you don't level up. It's basically like a sort of training mode area, and you can learn their moves there. Oh, so that's kind of weird. I would have thought it'd drain the whole gauge. I'm not a massive fan of that, I'm afraid. It's pretty powerful, using up the blood gauge to attack this guy. Pretty ridiculous range as well. Time to bring out the big guns. Yeah, a lot of stuff in this game is like the most generic sort of anime-esque dialogue, which I do find funny. Oh, why is it coming up now? So I'm actually using my PC screen to watch the footage for this, and a thing for Avast is like, your drivers need updating, but it's like, please don't. Why? Yeah, the camera angles when you're attacking a higher enemy, a taller enemy is kind of annoying. So you can't actually see your character attacking. So if you're trying to do a combo, it's like I don't know what animation I'm doing to lead into my next attack. Can you not do that? Thanks. Reload. That. What do you think I'm doing? Pew pew. What's that? Lana Reigns fucking sound effects? Oh god, people will know that. That's probably somebody who's not been mentioned in several years. Nice, he just got cut in half. So there we go, that is like the basic gist of it. Also, why this character has such big knockers is beyond me. Who does that? The most covered part of her is her legs. What is that? So there we go, that's a basic overview of this game. I don't want to keep it too long. But yeah, it's fairly enjoyable for like a third-person action game. There's probably some things I'm missing out because I seem to in every video. 6 points left. We'll go for health because we seem to lose it like, you know, ridiculously fast. Also, each rating I've had other than one stage has been V. That one stage I got was S, and it doesn't actually tell you what ratings they are, so I'm not sure if V is the next one down from S or whatever. And what does V stand for? Presumably Virgin, because, you know, most people that play this game are. That's a joke, by the way. They certainly know the audience they're trying to target and probably failing. Yeah, so this is the breakdown of each, how you get each of your points. So it's quite interesting. Lots of things you're obviously not going to do. Like, if there's a stage with no bosses, why even have bosses eliminated? Because you're not going to get that. But whatever. So, there we go. There's a basic breakdown. You can unlock items as well. So, to equip your characters to make them stronger. There's also like combinations. If you equip the same item on 2 characters, you get like a bonus. Some of the items are pretty interesting, like constant health recovery, and that's like a fairly cheap item as well. So, a bit weird. And one of the things as well, which I don't like, it's got a gallery. Okay, character profiles. You would have thought it showed a character picture. No, just this weird sort of text. And the intro to this game as well. So it's got like 3 lines of dialogue, and then there's a massive gap, and it's read out by the voice actor, but it just sounds really weird. Like they could have sped that up by so much and actually have it feel like more comfortable to listen to. But it's like 3 lines of dialogue, 1 minute pause, the next bit, and it's scrolling up, and it's so weird. It's like somebody pressed enter on their keyboard like 500 times. It's just weird, and I'm not a massive fan of that. But yeah, honestly, I would probably get this game if it was on sale. I think I got this with all the DLC for like 10 quid on what the Sony's, you know, Asia events, which they seem to have every so often. One of the only things as well is the music during the stages seems to get very repetitive, and it has actually got a fair bit of music in this game, but you know, whatever. Thank you very much for watching. If you did, I might do another video on this if people complain enough about how much I think they think I missed stuff, and I'm stumbling over my words here. But yeah, I might do another video on this. I might do a review. I do actually want to get my Valkyria Chronicles 4 review out sometime soon. I've had it on my hard drive for absolute years, well, the script for it, and just never got round to it. So I will endeavour to try and get that done at some point soon. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.